Hello there, everybody. My name is Trash Kohai, a boy who was thrown into an art dumpster and left to die, or to learn how to draw somewhat decent art. And I'm here to talk about the Breath of the Wild sequel. Anime was a mistake, Genshin Impact. Now, one of the biggest complaints for Breath of the Wild was, well, the big fat that most of the likable characters were fucking dead, except you and Zelda. And now you get to see all these cool characters and play with them, talk to them, but it's really more depending on how much money you're willing to spend, but we'll get to that later. And no, I'm not going to count Age of Calamity as the same thing. Totally different gameplay and a totally different timeline. Moving on to Genshin though. It's a it's a pretty fun game. I enjoy the characters. Like there's Fischl and Razor, the way the characters interact with each other. Fischl and Razor. Oh, and the great team comps with hey, look at that, it's Fischl and Razor. But besides me going crazy for a good ship that I like for like a good million times, there are some actual things I want to talk about for the game. That being the how gosh dang high the bar is now. Like, if phone games can go this crazy and make a big open world that can be so fun to explore and like really just enjoy, like major companies should be like taking things more seriously. I'm looking at you, Game Freak, and should be trying a lot more harder. Now, just like Breath of the Wild, there are different forms of combat besides cool boy with sword. There's a great big sword, archery, and a spear. But the only thing that Genshin really added for itself was this thing called a catalyst, which is pretty much like a blue ball or a book. And as much as I would love to say knowledge is power every time I use it, it kind of seems like the weakest of the bunch. Now, there is like one big elephant in the room that makes this game somewhat hard to enjoy, and that's obviously the big fucking gotcha. And even then, even if you don't like gotchas, this at least has a pity system. So if you save up enough gems, you're at least guaranteed a 5-star after a certain amount of rolls. And let me tell you, that makes me somewhat happy. Like, if you just save enough, you're guaranteed your 5-star waifu or husbando, which is way better than, like, my past gotcha games. Like, Fate, Grand Order, to name one, Arc Knights, and, and so on. Now, there are two different kinds of gameplay for this kind of thing. You can, one, go through the story and learn about the characters and a nice single-player adventure. Or option 2, that's only available after level 16, you just call up the boys, hit things with a stick and gamble your gems/money away, only for it to all end up for them laughing at you and just calling you poor. You poor person. I'll give you a moment and let you decide which one I am. Now, is there a certain message that I'm trying to say here? Am I trying to warn people not to get wrapped in such a crazy, addictive game such as Genshin? No, not really. It's a free game, so it's really more up to you how much money you're willing to spend onto it. But as long as you try and stay thankful for the cool characters you have, and trust me, you will have cool characters. Believe me, this game is kind of full of them. I'm pretty sure you'll have a nice fun time. And also, it's kind of important to remember this is a gacha game, which can sometimes go under. It has been done before, and boy, won't you feel like an idiot after spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for all these 5-star characters, and now you can never use them ever again. And also, on a side note, before we reach the end here of this little bit of a rant, can I talk about how much of a fucking gem is worthless? I feel like I shouldn't need 130 of them just for a single pull. What the fuck kind of shit is that? That's some BS. But now that we've reached the end here, and I pretty much ran through my whole script already in the matter of 5 minutes. If you liked my annoying as hell voice, somewhat witty banter, and maybe the trash art that I'm drawing in the background, maybe like the video, subscribe. I'm gonna be doing a lot of these just to rant out my frustrations and have someone listen to them, I guess. Also, I'm a part of a podcast, Two Nerds, One Mic. Feel free to look that up on Spotify. I have a lot more stuff on there, and I'm actually talking to a good buddy of mine, so I'm not just rambling to myself like an insane person. But, yeah. Yeah. Have a nice day. Oh, and Christmas is probably over by the time this is posted, so I hope you all had a good one. And I hope you have a nice new year, too. Happy holidays.